Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds remain. Reserve time. Only 10 seconds.
Razor.
Ten seconds to pick.
Thank you very much, Paul. Yes, we are here for game number 1. Newbee up against OG, lower bracket final MW1 here with Gods. Panel seems to be against Newbee.
Powders. They don't believe in
the power of the singular Australian.
Maybe that's why they want OG, you know.
Maybe.
Australia's return to Dota 2 prominence. It's been a long time coming.
But we know how well that panel predicts things when we're not on it.
Not very well.
Exactly. So anything is possible. The panel is pretty convinced that OG have a really stable draft, but right now I'm looking over at Newbee and feels very Newbee-esque, very, very safe, very standard almost, you want to say.
Yeah, it's a bit slower pace than what we've seen from some of the Newbee drafts. This is something we saw yesterday where they brought out How's Lone Druid when he's typically on these safe lane farmers that can rotate very early on, the Lifestealers, the Svens, these heroes that can actually keep the fights, but you'll see a very different playstyle out of How on Lone Druid, where he's prioritizing getting his Midas Radiance up, and his team has to try and create space and buy time for him, but you've got two of the best supports to do that. Earth Spirit and Enchantress, two heavy roamers, heroes that can pressure the mid lane, the bottom lane. You can even come top and look for ganks on Moon's Beastmaster, so I think Newbee have the perfect draft to kind of play around How's Lone Druid.
I'll see if they can actually create that space, create that timing that Newbee has been so well known for. Going to keep our eyes as well on the effect of Chuan. His early rotations for Newbee have been pretty, well, critical in their success. Also the effect of KP, because he creates space for KP to then find his Blink Dagger. And KP will be running that off lane here for Newbee.
And for now, Invoker, level 1 Exort, so probably see an Exort Invoker, something the panel didn't entirely agree on, although we can just see the one value point in Exort to get the early Alacrity and still build into Quaz Wex, so open there as far as Miracle's concerned. He's gone boots first, very important against the Razor static link. It's going to make it a lot harder for Miracle, but Clyde, who does not have boots, gives Moo a lot of damage early on, so this mid lane, Moo's going to be at least find some ease of last hitting for this first creep wave because of that play. Bit of a misstep there from Fly.
You're a Crystal Maiden early on, you don't want to give too much out. You already know later on you're probably going to get like popped left, right and center. Bottom lane, a quick TP out from the Bat Rider. This allows him to dodge the early ganks. Doesn't go too far though, back to the tier 1 tower. So it's just KP playing defensively, still looking to soak up those levels. Once he's got level 2, then he's got other options. Until that point, he's got to stay on this lane.
Yeah, and getting to level 2 is the hard point. Against the Lions in that game 3, he was playing Titan. He was level 1 for a long time against the Tri-Lane, and we're seeing OG take a similar approach. Tri-Lane, the Newbee off lane, don't let him get level 2. And it's not exactly easy to split this problem. Someone like Chuan who can pick up 2 creeps could theoretically come bottom lane, but you don't really have much kill potential out of a level 1 bat. Just sticky napalm means Enchantress rotation is unlikely to succeed. So Chuan just sends a tornado towards the mid lane to help out the Razor. He's going to just continue jungling for now. Probably grab up. Okay, grabs the Centaur, has 2 creeps here, but even with the smoke, this Dark Troll Summoner isn't going to last all too long. So I don't even think he can go for a smoke play right now.
Just keep flash farming up. Maybe you get an opportunity over on Moon. If Moon gets a little aggressive, as he is now, walking up very close into Kaka. So that's something to keep in mind. In fact, Kaka now going to ball himself over towards Moon. It's actually buying time. Sean's coming up from the side with that Centaur. He's ready to get the stomp off. As Moon, well, here they come. Sean, he's got to body block him on the hillside, or maybe you just kick it. The stomp will connect. Moon's so damn tanky. They've still got more damage, however. Another ball forward. They lock him in. Pincer movement. And Newbee will claim first blood against the offlaner of OG.
Meanwhile, take a look at this mid lane. Moo getting aggressive behind the tower. Using a early boots pick up to deal a lot of damage and really pressure Miracle in this mid lane.
It's like he doesn't want Miracle to get any kind of CS. Normally you've got that small little window when the creep wave's going to push under your tower. Right now is 6-0 against 13-5. Moo is out CSing this lane. And we have to remember too, there's a ticking time bomb sitting on top lane, and there's Hao. Is Hao on that lone druid already 19-5, well ahead of the Lifestealer.
And with Miracle going 2 points into Quaz after the early exile, I think he actually is likely going back for a Quaz Wex build here, just wanting to have that early Sunstrike perhaps. We'll find out soon enough anyways. He's getting static linked up again, Moo stealing more damage.
He had to come in close to call snap the Tornado. The Wild Wing Ripper was starting it up.
Oh, look at this. Moo actually picking up early infused raindrops for the mid lane. Seems to be able to deter early rotations from the support. Someone like a Tusk or a Crystal Maiden could look to come and gank, and just being able to block damage out of like a Crystal Nova or an Ice Shards could save your life.
This timing is really, really good. He might have come up here just to block the camp, but now KP will walk around the corner. He did see crit, and he won't take the stack. That's 6 sticky napalm stacks he's got over. He'll throw an extra one over onto crit, trying to force him away, but he needs help. He just has to keep stacking up until someone comes up so crit doesn't leech all this experience from him.
What the play's going to be, whether he wants to just farm it and share the XP.
How long can you keep this up? Okay, crit, how long do you also want to wait here? He's now on the run. Chuan again with this rotation. You're going to go for the enchant, slowing him down. 2 sticky napalms on crit. He'll snowball over to Chuan, but it's not going to stop the sticky napalms or the Centaur stomp. So crit, while he really wanted to run interference here with KP, ends up beating a kill and giving Chuan a secondary rotation kill.
Chuan has just been so active and involved already. 2 kills he's been involved in. He's been harassing the mid lane, helping Moo win the CS battle there. And that's a heavy win in terms of CS. 24 last hits, 10 denies to the 9-1 of Invoker. Miracle is getting bodied in this mid lane and not looking like it's going to change anytime soon.
They need to. They need to buy him space.
It's hard. Crit's the one here who can rotate around. He's picked up boots as well as a smoke now, so could look to help out mid, but you
Moon
can't
should be really
kill
careful
very easily.
That Observer Ward, Moon's actually hanging around. The Observer Ward allows him to see Karka's positioning. Now, Karka has no idea that Moon's actually gone off to the side. Now that he plants the Observer Ward down, he'll understand that Moon didn't retreat back to the Tier 1 tower. So Moon actually plays this perfectly. Loops around Karka, who is ready to attack him with a double damage rune.
So Moon maybe going to consider just heading back into the jungle to try and farm his level 6. Now that he actually pinged out and saw the ward getting planted in lane.
A mid lane, snowballs coming towards Moon. Miracle's right behind him with the cold snap. The Sunstrike pretty much on target. And, well, there is the kill. Finally, OG able to strike back, but this is 4 heroes grouped up. I know Swindles was talking about it, the fact that OG like to group up a lot.
They have to. That was a kill that was essential considering how bad the mid lane was going for the 2 solos, but damage not done just yet. Crit gets rolled on by Karka.
Perfect. The snowball won't allow Crit to escape from this one. Again, Chuan involved. All 3 kills of Newbee so far have gone into the hands of that Enchantress.
Got to be worrying about how much impact the supports are having on the Dire side. All Newbee cores getting decent farm apart from KP, but he's got the neutral stacks to kind of go to, so likely we'll see him goes up fairly soon.
He also got stalled up with his initial camp, and he actually got really unlucky with the stack then. For some reason, the Centaur's asses just touched together and wouldn't move through a tree line, so he didn't get the stack off. But he's got a lot of sticky napalms up anyway, so he'll just take what he's got.
And the entire time you've got Hao free farming up top. Similar story with Lifesteal on No-Tail at bottom. And No-Tail, importantly, has picked up a TP. He's going to be ready to kind of rotate and get active early on, recognizing that the laning stage has not gone as well as OG would have hoped for, so he needs to be one of the big playmakers to change that.
Yep. Infest gets to the front lines. Actually, I wonder if he even saves Infest before you fight, just so you got some kind of answer to, like, at least one of Chuan's creeps.
If he can ideally TP in and just use his phase boots to close the gap and get up an open wounds, that's probably the best approach to his rotations.
But we've also seen Notel like utilize heroes like the Centaur, for example. You just run in, you actually bring an extra stun to the fight. That's why I'm wondering what he wants to do.
Tower pressure coming up top from Newbee. They brought in both their supports here.
He's one of the Dark Troll summoners though, just before he could create the extra skeleton army.
And Moon drawing aggro up the tower, going to be very close to hitting level 6 now.
This is it. Yep. So this is the way to get him. You invest into the Tuskar and he'll snowball forward. Newbee, it looks like they just even poked this just to force a reaction out of OG. They're already backing up, getting ready to fight. OG are aware of this, however, thanks to the nice Hawk position, watching Kaka move away.
How's hugging the tower though, so Newbee seemed very aware. You already see Lifesteal farming bottom.
Ah, Fly, he can't get in range for a frostbite. And now you're actually snowballing over. Chauan's creeps in the neighborhood, you get a kick in on top of Crit, Bone Foot moving over as well. Now Hal realizes Notel was sitting inside of him. Kaka needs to create space. Savage Raw's going to help to do that for the rage. It doesn't stop Notel from killing off the big lone druid, but now in comes Moon. Starts feeling the damage from Moon, but he can't keep up the chase. He'll look towards Notel instead. A flying kick coming out from Kaka, looking for a little bit more as he bowls himself forward. Goes up to Crit, flying the back line, also died. The Plaza Field from Moon doing some serious work. The snowball flying a little bit more time as Notel brought out underneath that tier 1 tower. The creep wave's there, so he doesn't take much damage, but you've still got Chauan. A double kill for him, using those Hadoukas to perfection, as he still claims every single kill that Newbee has got this game so far.
And that was just a full-on 5v5, or like 5v4. I guess Miracle technically doesn't really show up. He just throws his Sunstrike there. So OG killing off the lone druid of House, slowing down his farm, while Miracle actually able just to continue farming away in the mid lane. Come out slightly on top, I'd say, from that. And Hal makes a bit of a mistake there, trying to turn things around on the Tusk. I think he should have expected Lifesteal to have been infested in him, because Lifesteal had not been farming bot for quite some time. It's been a completely empty lane, so the fact he goes in on the Tusk and then gets taken out by the infest was a big mistake.
Oh, Kaka, trouble for him. He's trying to kick Crit away from going for his snowball combo. Now Miracle gets an easy Sunstrike secure on the bottom lane with the early work of Notel Crit.
Really nice pick up from Miracle, who's been able to just catch up in the jungle as well as mid. He's suddenly out CSing the Razor, has a Midas, and this is very similar to the last game we saw him play in Voka, where they actually took a game off Liquid, where he got this terrible early start where he went like 0-4, but just turns things around with just some passive play where his team creates space for him. This is what Notel is just so good at, playing these tempo controller carries that buy time Miracle to come online.
Working perfectly for now. I'm still keeping my eyes on Hal. He already got that Midas up nice and early, so his progression isn't going to get restricted at all.
He's got to be careful and wary of more ganks coming his way, though. Very likely we see Tusk as well as Lifesteal, possibly even pair up for another gank. The nice thing is you can infest the Tusk and he TP's bottom.
They're predicting the gank. Chauan and Kaka are coming over. They see Moon now boulder forward. They keep the silence up. There's no more for Moon to create space. Even the kick from Kaka catching Fly. So we can't let any assistance. And with his rotation, it's not just the kill, it's the Newbee combo special. Take the kill, take the tower.
Just casual 6-0 Enchantress. Somehow Twine has got every single last hit of these. The nice thing I was trying to say is Notel can infest inside the Tusk. Oh, he actually misses the infest. Oh, he misses the infest while Tusk is TPing, because then he doesn't have to use his TP. So he can come top, kill a hero, and then TP back bottom without his TP going on cooldown. But TP'd a bit far away from him. Notel was trying to infest at bottom, but then he just TPs himself. But now he's committed to this top lane. OG have to find something up here.
It looks like Newbee are aware of this again.
They should be.
They push, they realize bottom lane's not being farmed up. KP's being aggressive down here, because that's another thing we should keep in mind. The fact that KP, we haven't felt his influence in any of the fights yet, because he's just been trying to get himself to that Blink Dagger. He's found good levels, he's found his level 6, things are being forced on the top. Kaka actually now TPs himself all the way back to the fountain. So it looks like OG is just going to let this tower go.
Yeah, and Hal's going to try making the rotation back to his own jungle. They see the life killer now, but as mentioned, Notel's TP on cooldown because he gets the infest there. So because he can't go back bottom to farm and contest the back rider, he's going to make the play onto this tier 1 bottom tower. But I think overall, Newbee going to be happy with this because Hal gets back in the jungle, continues to farm towards his Radiance. This is very much the time where Newbee don't really want to fight. They want to find pickoffs where possible, but they don't want to take OG's lineup head on in a 5v5.
Yeah, you want to have the Radiance up, you want to have these early items if you can. Like, do you actually go mech over on Moo in this game, just so you're able to fight earlier? Do you want to see a bigger core item over on Moo?
Mech's good. He needs to tank up. He needs to be a strong frontliner. So Mech is good. We've seen SMY as a popular build as well on Razors. So I think just some tanky build for his game, be it the SMY BKB, the Mech into BKB. He's got 1100 gold, so we'll see what he
KP has
wants
got
to
to
go.
get the hell out of here now. Moon's on his way. He'll come through the tree line. Snowball's coming. The Roar will cancel the TP, and again, it will be Miracle. Now with his third kill of the game, securing it with the Sunstrike.
He stayed a little bit too long, and he would have had his Blink Dagger money upon getting back home there, so... Mistake there from KP.
Surprisingly, he doesn't actually lose that much. Like, he's still sitting at, like, 2k gold.
Oh, they want to go on top. No tail. They've got Sunstrike in 3.
Fly might be out. Yeah, they keep him out with a Savage Draw. No Tail wants to back up. Now it's Fly using close. Let's the ulti go. There'll be enough damage to kill off Hal. And a CM for the Lone Druid. You are very happy with that trade if you're an OG boy.
Really nice play coming out of OG. Just recognizing Fly like, okay, they're going to TP and counter-gate me. I'm just going to commit all in for this Lone Druid. The Sunstrike wasn't quite enough damage, but he finishes it off with the freezing field. And with the TP rotations, Miracle actually claims the mid-tier 1 tower as well while this is going on. So OG having a fantastic early game here.
We'll be feeling very, very happy. Again, though, remember the timings for Newbee. They haven't arrived yet, and Newbee are one of these teams where they make a big impact once they reach those critical items. For me, like, I'm looking to the Lone Druid for his Radiance. Obviously, he's a little bit away from that one. And also the Batrider Blink Dagger. This last camp here from KP will do the job. And then we'll see what impact he really does have. Like, Dawn's got all the kills, well, almost all the kills now. He's actually missing one of them. But I just don't see, like, his early impact just yet. As in, like, what's going to come into the mid game. With all these kills, like, what do you really get over on Chuan?
He's been involved in a lot of kills. He's decently farmed. He's actually out farming the offlane Beastmaster, but this is not a hero that's just going to suddenly be able to transition into a core until much later on.
This could work though. Yep. They just run over a crit. Magnetize was also committed there by Karka, but Shaw was pretty much on top of him.
He's back into the Blink. Lasso's there on No Tail.
RKP, yeah, he keeps No Tail control. Fly lets it go again. They need to stop that ultimate. Moo, do they have anything? Fly, a full duration channel. He's going to get it off, but Newbee is still surviving. Moo has himself a double kill as Fly being chased away by the creep wave. Moo will go down as well. Somehow Moo pulls out a triple kill, running into that fight. 136 points of stolen damage, a perfect ultimate, a plus build that hits almost everybody. And he had a fresh Dragon Lance coming into that fight as well.
Stole 136 damage. Kind of talking, one of the items you consider for Moo on Razor is, which gives him tankiness, is this Dragon Lance. 15 strength, 15 agility, and when he steals damage with the Static Link, he's got that extra attack range to play around. Moo coming up big with the rotation there, and How surviving at about 100 hit points. They kill off the important life stealer of OG. They get the Beastmaster as well, without losing anything too valuable and important. That was with OG having a lot of vision at this top lane.
Yeah. They're the ones with the wards down. They're the ones with the Hawks up. They can see Newbee coming, but it seems they just underestimated Newbee's ability to survive.
And KP's Blink could not have come sooner as well. His Blink last on the Lifestealer just preventing him getting those extra couple right clicks off onto Hal on Lone Druid, making all the difference.
You still have Miracle very far in front. Like, he's sitting at 8.2k right now to the 6.2k of Moo. Obviously, the kills from Moo do accelerate him forward, but it's the space which you're worried that you're going to have to give with, one, your deaths, and then just trying to re-establish lane control. OG have to remain on the front foot. They cannot let Newbee breathe. We've seen many teams go down to Newbee with that exact scenario. So OG just have to keep the rhythm control in their favor.
They do have the Invoker to fall back on, which is kind of what we see, where these four heroes are trying to play super aggressive, keep taking towers, taking fights, and then as soon as Newbee get kind of strong enough to take those team fights and win them 5v4, that's when Miracle's like, oh, by the way, I've been farming for the last 20 minutes of this game, and I've got an Aghanims, Midas, Drums, Boots of Travel, and maybe even like a Blink Dagger in the mix. Suddenly, no one can really match up to the Invoker. So that's kind of the approach now for OG. Keep taking these 4v4, 4v5 fights, but you know that Miracle is going to kind of provide you the late game that you're currently missing.
Newbee's going to force the bottom lane out now. 4 heroes down to the bottom, trying to force a reaction from OG. The reaction will either be a tier 2 trade up on the top, where OG, like, currently they are sitting in the northern half of the map with almost every single one of their heroes, so can they even trade this? That tower is still very healthy. There's no fortification available. for Newbee. There is for OG.
Newbee, well, there's a good chance they just don't want to defend this. They haven't got any vision up there.
300 gold from the Relic as well on How.
How does not want to get close. He actually may not realize there's a ward on this cliff. He needs to be very careful not to get caught out here.
Are they smoking at the back? Yep. Yeah, they're smoking in the back. It was far enough away that OG would not have seen this, so the vision may give them a false sense of security. But that's why Crit and Miracle are also hanging back. There's the extra TP. Fly's man the front lines, already using that Frostbite to keep the bear away. Kick will come in too. Fly, oh, he just gets chipped by it. Just on the edge, KP jumps in. They want a quick kill. They want the numbers advantage here, Newbee, and they're going to claim it. The tier 2 tower remains alive. Where's the escape out? It's, okay, yep, all of OG get out safely. But they do still lose the tier 1 tower bottom.
Yeah, and even though it's a lasso just for a Crystal Maiden, OG just realized that Newbee have rotated their entire 5-man team. They haven't got the best position to get off the nice raw initiation, so they're gonna regroup and then try and find a way to re-engage just for a pickoff most likely. They've left Notel as well as Moon up top with the Lifestealer and Beastmaster, but not really looking to commit to a 5-on-5 engagement. If anything, they want to try and get this tier 2 tower, given the fact that it's in deny range, and Newbee actually leave it up there denied. So possibly someone like Notel can just try and kill it off with the raid. Maybe they can the Necrobox onto it. Some much needed gold for the side of OG.
Yeah, it seems very odd that Newbee would do such a thing unless it was like bait. But Notel doesn't care. Rage it. Fortification will be triggered. Fortification on a tier 2 tower as well, and no one's coming to stop this. It's a very odd.
They refreshed their glyph by killing the tier 1 bottom and probably thinking, oh, we just got glyph back, let's glyph this tier 2, but you just wasted your glyph because there was no defense up there at the top lane. So something OG can actually try and punish by pushing down bottom or mid. They may look to, if they can take like the outer tier 2 tower, suddenly Roche opens up for them, so they side of Newbee need to be careful about not giving up too much map control here.
Vision game from OG has really been on point.
Newbee are very close to getting a multiple 4-stuff, so Chuan just 100 gold away, Batrider a bit further away, but the 4-stuffs make a huge difference against both Beastmaster and more importantly the Lifestealer, being able to kite these heroes around. And if someone gets roared, you just have that 4-stuff to push them back to safety often that can save their life. So these 4-stuffs need to come up.
How I fly. If there's room, Frostbite on Karka, he's going to boulder himself forward. The Sunstrike again, perfectly in position, but now in they come. Flamebreaker, Magnetize got off. So OG will just walk themselves away from this engagement. Newbee not going to chase, especially chasing underneath Sigil.
Again, it's just the Miracle sit back farm. He's 3-0-3, but in reality, he's not shown up to a single team fight. He's just been throwing Sunstrikes. Been farming his side of the map, letting his team play 4v5. It's the rest of OG who have all the pressure on them to create this space, but they've done a fantastic job finding the kills. They're down 8 kills to 11, but farm-wise, because Miracle's just been sitting back, it's actually a net worth advantage for OG.
With the experience going the way of Newbee, doesn't really, like, this is the type of game I was looking forward to when I woke up this morning. I'm like, I want to see a real close game. Both teams have so many ways they can actually end or win the game. And no one really is a clean victor right now. Like OG, it looks like they're in control with the power of Miracle, as that Aghanim Scepter is flying out in the courier just in time for Newbee's mid push.
And this is just in time to meet the Radiance of the Lone Druid. Newbee are like, let's group up, let's push some towers, we've got the Radiance online, and OG are ready to bring their Invoker into the fray.
KP's on the hunt, they don't see him, there's no Observer Ward here from OG, there's also no Hawk vision coming out from Moon, so they do not have any vision of KP's positioning, but it looks like it's not going to matter. Firefly is going to wear off, and Newbee don't find the opening they want.
It's hard for him because he doesn't have the full stuff, so he can't blink well behind the tower. He needs to find someone out of position.
Notel might find him out of position. A quick sticky napalm, but okay, Notel. I thought for a moment he may consider going for the open wounds attack on the KP.
Yeah, if he does that, KP can just blink away before he gets a right click off, unless he's really slow.
This is KP, he ain't slow.
Exactly, Kobe, that's what...
Now, if he's playing from Australia, if he was playing on Australian service, it would have been lag that would screw him up.
We had many years of that, but...
we
bringing Dota 2 tournaments to lands these days.
We got freedom. We got freedom is what we got.
So, next moves, OG gonna have to be built more around the Invoker. They can't continue to fight without him now that Newbee have the Radiance online for How.
Can dodge this a gang from Newbee as well. Was Newbee wasn't in range of the Observer Ward, but Notel definitely knows that something is up. Oh. They're scanning, trying to find the positioning, and then Newbee walked directly underneath the OG scan. So they know that like Newbee is missing somewhere on the map, and now it's OG who's getting into the little bushes a little bit further down to the south. They take the mid tower. No, OG won't contest this, and Newbee don't really need to force anything more. In fact, they can just establish vision over inside the Radiant jungle, put a ward up on top of that hill in between the tier 2 towers of OG, and then push the bottom tower. It's fairly safe to do so.
Great to see teams really starting to understand how and when to use these scans better and better. And I love this from Newbee. I was about to say they may be forced to rotate back to defend, but instead they just keep the Spirit Bear by itself. With the Radiant, it can push out this lane, even get How the farm, and they can remain grouped up near this bottom lane. But it's OG smoked up. 4 heroes fly a bit further away, trying to find some pickoffs down at the bottom, but Newbee again remaining grouped themselves, going to disengage and stay the hell away from OG right now.
This almost looks like a beautiful dance between OG and Newbee. One seems like, okay, now we smoke, we look for objective. Okay, now they're backing up, let's try and capitalize on that, then they smoke. But both teams read the plays before they actually happen.
Yeah. And even just small things like Fly goes into the Roche pit, sees there's a Centaur there, and he kills it off out of smoke, and he doesn't put the ward on the Roche cliff, because Newbee are going to think, oh, we just warded that Roche cliff. Fly was inside the... That's like the obvious move to make, but it's all these like small little mind games coming out from the two teams here. Game number 1.
No one wants to put themselves in any kind of risky position. As you said, like Newbee still want to wait out time. You want to get these new items up. You want to get the 4-staff over on KP. Chorn has his, and then you can do the double drag back. The lasso into double 4-staff. You just make so many plays. We saw Complexity actually utilizing that throughout this tournament. Moose trying to complete up what I can only assume is going to be actually a BKB because he's holding on to 2.6k.
He wants the BKB to combat the Invoker, who's going to be getting involved in fights. Miracle may look for a Blink Dagger next. We'll have to wait and see what his item's going to be, but you've got to expect Miracle to start showing up to fights, and that's where Moo will, despite having 2k HP, Exort Invoker is going to kill you off very quickly if you don't have one.
So, the calm before the storm. It's like Chris trying to get a load of information as well. Picked up an Invis rune, so he's having a bit of a wander.
If he sees Heroes bottoms, he could go on the Lone Druid of How. How wants to just probably join up with his team, leave the Spirit Bear kind of solo pushing. Look at the, like, Lone Druid as a carry this game. There's a lot of good heroes to fight him. Swindle's talked about how Lifestealer matches up pretty well, being able to just open wounds and rage and hit the Spirit Bear. Got Crystal Maiden with Frostbite, Invoker with all his spells. Ice Wall, Cold Snap, very good against the Spirit Bear as well. Newbee into the Roach pit. OG
CKP's position. He put himself up high enough that he's hoping he doesn't get scattered. Now he realizes the Hawk saw him, so they don't feel as confident about this. He wanted a surprise jump position, but they just don't find it. They're being watched too closely by this Observer and Sentry sitting in the bottom river.
Yeah, this is time where both teams will be considering a gem. KP needs to finish his 4-star first, but his next item should really be that gem pickup. OG have had such great vision throughout this game, able to scout out all of these movements coming out from the Newbee side when they're not smoked. I'm saying Newbee have done incredibly well. They found kills regardless of OG's vision because they use smoke so well. I feel like out of all the teams in the tournament, Newbee have used smokes better than anyone.
It always seems like their timing as well on the smokes. It's not always the most obvious timing as well.
Yeah, they'll kind of do like a 4-hero smoke where they leave 1 hero on the other side of the map showing. Often that hero may have like a boot to travel or some global way to get to the fight. They did it when Hao's playing Spectre, of course. I've seen Newbee continue to posture around this Roach pit for now, unwilling to go back in.
Wondering if OG is really happy with its situation. Like, Miracle seems to be getting more and more space to farm up. Like he's on his way to his side device if that's going to be his item of choice. The Sunstrike scouting timing is perfect. It's Moo as he walks into the Roshan pit. Because they saw the Invoker up on top, Newbee may be feeling more confident about this, but you've still got BTs onto Hawk or Ball, so it's never a guarantee kind of thing. Shards cause you issues inside the pit, but Newbee, it looks like they're committing to this now. They want to try and do it. You've got Miracle knocking on the top door, and then Lasso. Okay, they find an opening. It's over on Moon. The Dire Sentry was down. That Glimmer Cape will not protect him. Boon's on the sidelines. The top lane is being attacked by Miracle. He wants to make sure the KP feels threatened, but he's going to go up with the Cold Staff being very aggressive on KP. But it's down inside the bottom lane where the bottom fight's going to happen. Chris getting stunned up, pushed away with the Force Staff. He can lose the Bat Rider, but the battle will continue. Firestar's letting it go. They're trying to pull back into the range of that ultimate, but it's just not enough cover. No-Tail's also going to lose a little bit more time here. He'll go down with a double kill. The Rax isn't totally down yet, so they haven't achieved it. The 3 heroes down for the price. Behind Miracle. He actually ends up killing off the Lone Druid. Is he really going to be able to do this?
There's a TP from Moo, not to get cancelled, but
there's no buyback from Lone Druid. There's no buyback from anyone. He's got barely Rax. It doesn't even matter if Moo is back. It's Miracle taking the whole top Rax.
They had no way to cleanly get out of the Roshan pit without getting caught to defend that top lane, and OG recognizes they just take that fight. After the lasso finds the initial pick, OG don't really care. They're like, okay, Miracle's going to get top Rax as long as we engage here, and the TPs came one by one. First it was the KP Batrider who didn't have lasso, didn't have Force Staff or Blink, so he just got taken out by Miracle. Then Lone Druid how TPs into the Chaos Meteor, and a full lane of Rax, Newbee, bested.
That is a game of trades which Newbee did definitely not want to take. And Roshan isn't even worth it at this point, is the question they're going to be sitting there asking themselves. You thought you could come back and defend it. It wasn't enough. Miracle shows that power. You were saying, like, I've been farming for so long, I'm now involved in the fights. Wait, you want to fight me one-on-one up against the Master of Magic? Here, suck on my orbs. Now, OG. 4-man smoke maneuver. Moo. He does not want to walk down here. Karka's going to come with him. Again, they move around Roshan. The Dire Observer Ward is there, so it sees quick KP wants to jump in here. Same thing for No-Tail. He'll actually break the Static Link of Risa. Who will get the bonus damage? They go on KP. He'll go down. Karka's actually stuck up on the hillside for the moment. The Entangle, however, is locked over on Miracle. They bring down that Invoker, and now we'll start to see if Newbee have enough power to take this fight. Razor will pick up the Crystal Maiden. He'll finally bring Karka back off his perch. They're watching Roshan so closely, but the question is, can they even stop this anymore? With no Miracle, it looks like Newbee can take Roshan.
Yeah, fighting into the BKB Razor just proved to be a bit too tough for them, and the Spirit Bear also in the front line is not really something that Miracle has the best answers to. That's where last fight he was more than happy to see top continue split pushing, but Newbee go right back to Roche, force a fight, and will get themselves an Aegis out of this. So things not over just yet in game number 1, but Newbee still have a lot of work cut out for them, having lost top Rax.
Yeah, but they have a great hero that goes against them. It's the fact you've got the Lone Druid. Take one good fight, you have one good positioning. Obviously they have to got to do the prep work, take out the tier 2 towers before they can siege up high ground. But the Lone Druid, you melt through buildings if he's just given enough space and time.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be the ones who kind of decide and control the game. This is where you want to be able to take away OG's vision, not put yourself in this awkward position where you've got to make that tough choice. If you're trying to go for Roshan and force a fight while someone's split pushing, suddenly it's like, it's this Sophie's choice where both situations suck. If you TP back to defend, you're going to lose the team fight and get caught out. Yep. If you don't TP back, you lose the Rax, is what we saw happen in top lane.
Yep. I'm actually wondering if you could also go for more of a classic build out from Moo. Because I'm wondering what he does. He's actually used his one charges now, so he's going to sell his wand and pick up his item.
Go late game, go big.
But what's big for him? Or do you just think about like the big push?
He's picked up a Hyperstone, so Assault Caress most likely. I don't think you get much out of him.
The AC's coming up on how? It actually has to be a Shiva's Guard. A Shiva's Guard Razor.
No, he's picked up Hyperstone.
It's a Hyperstone. Yeah,
Shiva's makes a lot of sense if he went plate mail. Like that's been the go-to build for like Fata on in his Razor for a long time. But
well, the only other option is you basically go full Master of Lightning. You go Mjolnir.
I'm not. The damage output from this isn't great against the Light Killer, but Invoker, he hasn't gone BKB or anything, so he won't have good resistance to the magic damage. It's really just Life Sealer who matches up well against Mjolnir, and Mjolnir applied on the Spirit Bear can be very potent.
Yep. Comes Newbee. Attacking in, they try and use the bear. They have a resummon and they got the Aegis Immortal over on Hal.
Oh gosh,
but that bear is just having so many issues.
Look how slow it's attacking as well. This is something.
KP. The combo doesn't hit properly. No-Tail comes down. Now Moon as well goes to the wall, but No-Tail was retreating. Now with the last two, No-Tail isolated again. Beastmaster, Moon's gone down. They have to disengage from this one, OG. Newbee triggers their BKBs. Miracle tried to make sure that Newbee couldn't run up the high ground by throwing down that ice wall.
just the one kill for Newbee with the BKBs being committed there. You can really see, like, the Spirit Bed does not siege high ground easily. This is where I think a lot of the panelists favored the OG draft, because you've got the Frozen Sigil slow. You've got the Boars also applying slows. That Bear was hitting like once every 2 seconds or something when the Boar plus Frozen Sigil was on it. So the high ground push of How isn't all that scary unless Newbee win a fight. They've got to win a big team fight, and then you see the Lone Druid like breaking its way through the OG
For a moment,
base.
I thought they were going to. OG came out of their base. They put a foot out the door. And Newbee, well, took one toe off. They'll get the rest of them, however. Alright, so timing now for OG. What are the new items we're looking at? Crystal Maiden's got a decent amount of cash, sitting at 1600. Already got Force as well as Glimmer. Fly's actually taken so much money out of this game.
He's got more farm than Moon. Moon's actually really struggled this game. Still does not have Necrobook 3. He picked... Okay, the gem gets picked up by the Tusk. So the item progression is going to come primarily for the Invoker and the Life Sealer here. I think No Tail's next item almost has to be an Assault Caress. Just needs that extra
Goodbye. Your 4-star up, but they Firefly and give them the vision, the Flamebreaker to push down just in case there's anything untoward happening.
They crit with the scan too, but no blink available for KP.
The Glimmer Cape also wouldn't have saved him. KP's walking around with his gem and true sight. They freshly bought up, they retreated from the push down mid. So they're looking to remove the vision here from OG. It's difficult because you're still going up against Beastmaster, but as we're saying, like Beastmaster right now is kind of more concerned about catching up on his farm. Like we've seen Newbee who played a lot of Beastmasters over on KP before, and he's looking at like Refresh Raw at this point of the game. You're looking for like that double Raw, that double Necro option, but you just don't have that control from OG, and Newbee's back.
Double damage room from Miracle. He may actually catch some of the backline heroes here in Ghost War. KP.
Yeah, KP is the most exposed.
Oh, he blinks away.
Nice and quick. Still caught with the Courier, the lasso. It's going to trigger. The kick will be there. You can say goodbye to KP, but Miracle outside the base. Moo starts up that static link, looking for the impeded damage. Moo actually being pushed back, but now it's Moon on the front line. How was to battle this one off, but then No Tail comes in from behind. Newbee being pushed in front of the north side, and they're losing life quickly. How's going to burn out? They need more damage right now, Newbee, but they're running out of people. Moo isolates the middle lane, they'll flip him up with a Walrus Punch, and Newbee, How has to TP out?
So lucky to have the Aegis on the Lone Druid there. They'll lose the Spirit Bear, but he was able to kill off Miracle with a well-timed Entangle while he was respawning from the Aegis. That looked like it was going to go terrible for Newbee. Miracle makes a fantastic flank from behind with the double damage rune. KP's fast on the blink, but Miracle just blinks right after him. 4 shots him with a double damage rune. Then he gets away with a nice Deafening Blast. He was styling all over Newbee, and then the backup comes in, but not quite enough to win the fight convincingly. Miracle doesn't want to have to commit a buyback here, and of OG will just kind of stabilize some of these lanes. But
the hilarious thing is, with that fight, because it was Miracle that died, there was only like maybe a 1k advantage going the way of OG.
Yeah.
It's kind of really like crazy to say when you also lose like the primary cause there of Newbee and the Razor, and it was a 4-for-1 trade-off. Like, that's your balance. That's the checkbook after. Now, no OG want to go for more. How's exposed on the front lines. Still doesn't have a resummon for another 60 seconds. Moon does have his draw. He blinked himself into a more aggressive position, so there's no blink at the moment.
And they want to engage knowing that Miracle is back in 5 seconds will be able to boot to travel in, so if they can get a clean pick, have that follow-up damage from the Miracle Invoker. But he's going to TP bottom for now, signaling the retreat for OG around mid. And for Newbee, their plan has got to be complete these next couple of items, secure yourselves next Roche as well. Who's picked up a plate mail? I think it's going to be what you said, the Shiver's Guard here, because they've already got the AC on Lone Druid.
Yeah, it might have just been a misbuy as well. Like, Moon thought he could go for the Assault Cuirass, and now he's just got this casual Hyperstone.
Absolutely. I think the AC is a great item on Razor this game, but obviously not a great item when you already have one on your team.
Yep.
So Moo, likely, yeah, Shiver's Guard, I imagine, will be picked up soon, and from there, Newbee just need to tank up more. BKB, possibly even an item you need to get on someone like How on the Lone Druid, needs to be picked up on KP, but they just haven't got the farm. You've got Chuan as well as KP sitting down with lower net worth than Crystal Maiden as well as Beastmaster, so for these kind of utility heroes of Newbee.
Well, OG, Miracle's on the hunt again on the northern lane. He's also got a fair amount of money behind it. The one thing Miracle doesn't really have, though, is Disable. Like, he can style all over KP, but the second like KP gets himself like a BKB, because you don't have a Scythe Device, because you're building into either this Assault Cuirass or Shiva's Guard build for Miracle, And you're kind of like almost like the commander warrior standing in the middle of your army. I give everyone else confidence, but you have to be my utility.
And that's where like you've got good heroes for that. You've got Beastmaster with a Blink Roar. You've got Tusk with Walrus Punch. I think Crit wants to pick up a Blink Dagger for the Walrus Punch initiation as well as the Snowball save. Having the Snowball as an insta purge for the lasso is just going to be so game changing here in the late game. If he can get that insta snowball on a lasso target, the fight's going to go OG's way.
If it's hunt time, who can they find? There's the Shiva's done now over on Moo. Al was farming up bottom lane, but that top lane just keeps pushing in. They have to keep coming back to defend it.
It's like Newbee just going to huddle up in their own base, recognizing they see no one pushing out mid, so this is a kind of clear sign to Newbee that OG are getting aggressive on the map. There's no Roche respawn, so we're at the earliest possible Roche respawn right now. Scan actually scouts them out.
Yeah, they scan perfectly at the right time. There was pings coming up beforehand saying, I think they're there, and then they scanned to confirm.
And there was no need for Newbee to press out the Roche, because there was no way Roche could have respawned until about 5 seconds ago. So unless they got incredibly unlucky, OG weren't going to get Roche there, so Newbee just play it safe.
Yeah. Newbee still won't want to let this bottom tower go. Now they're going to realize there's an Observer Ward watching them maneuver out. So KP will take care of this. It's also a fresh Observer Ward, so OG going a little bit more dark on the map. They've got one fresher Observer Ward planted right next to Roshan. As KP comes down, he's going to see this. The Moon Blink Roar. KP evaporates in front of OG. They'll look for a little bit more now. The Bear, he's the one that's locked to the front lines. You need to get a quick resummon out now from Hal. There's 2 minutes on the clock.
So good. They've kind of faked the retreat there, knowing that KP with the gem is likely to look to de-ward around the Roshan pit, because you're like, okay, my opponents have just taken the Roshan. Hotel not done, wants some more.
He doesn't want to have any part of that, not when Muda starts up that static link for himself. And now they can go back in again. No static link to really worry about, but Deathwing Blast Darker, the 4-star from Newbee, pushing them away to safety, out of range of Deathwing Blast, everything else. KP back from his buyback, he's going for Crit with the lasso. He could reclaim the gem that he lost previously. But they do still lose the tier 2 tower. Miracle was able to claim that one, but a gem recovered for Newbee, and you still found a kill. You're not too sad about that. You can look towards Roshan now.
Yeah, with Roshan available, that's definitely... Well, it's hard because you don't have BKB on move.
And you got to worry about top lane too. It's still forcing its way in.
And top lane, losing some damage on your tier 4 towers for a Roche is okay, but I think for Newbee, you're more worried about getting caught inside the Roshan pit. You've taken away one of OG's wards, but you haven't got best vision yourself around this area. So getting caught out and losing a fight now would be almost catastrophic for Newbee.
KP's into Firefly, no tell. Yeah, I don't think you could really stick around here for much longer.
Blink. He's got the Invoker.
Oh, actually, yeah, you got help coming in. They would love to have another crack at Bat Rider, but it's not going to happen.
Nina goes fishing just to try and get some vision.
What do you think about this Ghost Scepter over on Al? The life stealer off his back, I assume, is the primary reason.
Yeah, just get away, and even someone like an Invoker can, like, you're looking at 200 right-click damage from Miracle, so after he's thrown all his spells, he's often going to try and right-click down the Lone Druid to finish him off, so... And Notel, yeah, Blink Daedalus, that's a looking life stealer at this stage of the game.
Right until he gets the Abyssal Blade as his next item. Damage will be through the roof, not to mention the control factors. I'm assuming that's going to be his next item. Bottom lane, a little bit of a play around. We'll force out the BKB from Moo. This timer is really, if he's already at a 5-second BKB 40 minutes in.
And that's where you don't mind just throwing a BKB to stay alive, but now you've got to worry about the cooldown, where for the next 40 seconds, you have to make sure you don't find a fight.
The tier 4 tower's getting attacked.
And Miracle's actually going to go for Roche, knowing that the BKB at Wraith is on cooldown, so Newbee can't easily contest Roche.
I don't think they contest it at all. Like, you still got the top lane pushing in, but then again, on the Ice Walls there, Kaka, he'll go for the kick and at least get rid of the Hawk and go straight through the pit too. But then it gets stunned up a little bit, now it's like a low towards your bear, but Roshan's down. Newbee, do you really want to fight into this one with the Firefly? KP's got good vision, and he finds Moon, drags him, puts him on top of the hillside and inside the Firefly. So you can say goodbye to Moon. The Necrobook's not really doing much. They also get the hit over to Crit. He wants a TP out. They need to stop the Deathwing Blast, pushing Kaka back out. They're going after Fly. So you're able to bring down 2 here, Newbee, but you still lost Roshan. You still got trouble at home because the top lane pushing in.
Yeah, but they got a couple of kills. They take out, anytime you take out the Beastmaster at the start of the fight, it's a lot harder for OG to make those engagements. And the other big problem was Miracle used a lot of his cooldowns on Roshan to try and burst it down fast, and the Ford Spirit, Alacrity, and Sunstrike. It wasn't easy for Miracle to just dish out a lot of damage using his spells. Even the Ice Wall was on cooldown. He used that to delay the incoming Newbee hero, so...
Do we finally get to see what move picks up?
On Razor?
Yeah, I still want to see what he does with his Hypers, and if he sells it and picks up something else he feels is more critical.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like he's going to get a lot of value out of like a Mjolnir at this stage. Moonshard's like so-so.
Yeah.
Refresher becomes quite powerful, having the double ultimate as well as double shield plus double BKB. Really a consideration.
Oh, this is nice for Hal. Speaking of BKB,
yeah.
He's now throwing it over towards his bear.
It's essential when you're against all this disable lockdown. The cold snap on the bear, the frostbite, snowball, open wounds. This spirit bear is just suffering in these fights. But the bear itself has only got damage items in the Radiance and the Salt Caress, so it's not like we're looking at like MKB and a Basher or something on the Spirit Bear. He needs more items. How is just looking a little bit underfarmed despite matching up to Miracle's net worth.
Well, this game seems to at least slow down a little bit more. Like, OG are not going to force your high ground. Like, what they got last time was just a great battle of trade. Newbee took a bad fight, and Miracle just showed his strength. Newbee won't make that same mistake again, and you're seeing them, like, they come out, they look for a fight, if things aren't really right, like, they let the tier 4 tower take a little bit of damage, but at all other times, like, you know what, we're going to fight from inside the base. If OG want to come up to us, then we'll be there, ready to take them on, and OG, they don't want to take this. They are continuously farming up. They're better at getting roaming picks with this lineup, and then going up.
We're at that stage where, like, someone like an Enchantress needs to really start becoming a late game carry. Swan has had a great game as a game. He's 7-2 and 12, but his farm-wise, he hasn't hit the Aghanim Scepter yet. He also needs a BKB realistically against all these heroes. So there's a lot of items Tron needs where if he had like an Aghanim Scepter now and was building towards a BKB, he'd be in great fighting shape, but been much more kind of team-oriented with this play, trying to help find his team kills and farm, and it's become like a true dual-core lineup from Newbee with a very farm Lone Druid Razor, but the rest of the team suffering as a result.
Defense. What we're doing.
Yeah, OG perhaps looking to use towards the end of the Aegis timer when it forced bottom lane high ground.
I wonder if they even can, like, but there's an easier target on the field. It's the tier 2 tower in mid.
It's also like, a tier 2 tower doesn't mean too much at this stage of the game.
But that also means the Newbee shouldn't really defend it. If they do, you've at least got the Aegis and you get to fight.
Very true.
But Newbee, they're going to 4-man smoke up. Moves the man who's on the front line. He looks really exposed, but this also looks like a trap.
OG grouped.
Karka coming up from the side, he's going to secret, and then the jump in, they focus on him. No-Tail, well, there's a fourth up. No-Tail gets entangled, so his rage time is really being locked out. Quick time really do much, and now they mop up the next units and they're looking for more. The Ice Wall from Miracle will make it difficult to keep this chase going. The BKB's already been expended, but it doesn't stop Chorn from four-staffing himself down the hillside, keeping up with the fight. Fly will let the ulti go, and Chorn is burning out here. He'll need to keep himself out alive. He's in the corner. Chorn, he's going to survive and stop enough damage. The Aegis Immortal has popped. The Tornado's on target, and this bear is going to start doing some work. No-Tail losing some damage. With Moo still alive, Miracle's going to try and end that now. Up in the high ground, 4 spirits up, take out that. Did Moo even just farm up while he's here killing off Miracle? Yeah, he did. The Sun strikes on target, almost killing KP. He drops down to 24 life. He'll still end up surviving. No-Tail may not be so lucky. He's in a creep which can be denied. Chorn doesn't die of the damage, but No-Tail buys just enough time to get that Blink Dagger off cooldown and gets away from Newbee. He will survive, but a huge fight for Newbee going their way. Yeah, a 4-for-1 trade-off.
Tron just somehow stays alive that entire time. Like, he's tucked away in a little corner. Crystal Maiden's like, please, just freezing field, go find him. Like, the RNG perhaps not working in Fly's favor, and he dies to the impetuses. Tron also almost manages to kill Moon on Beastmaster. He gets an uphill miss with an impetus that would have been a killing blow. So, just an incredible individual performance from Tron in that team fight, and great thing for Newbee about that fight is that they get the initiation on Tusk. Tusk is the hero that needs to not get caught at the start of the fight. It's his snowball save, his 4-staff that counterplays KP on the Batrider, but if he's the one getting Blink Lassoed, OG don't have the best answer to it.
It's even like the worst combo too, like because you had that and you had the Lifestealer taken out.
Yeah, the Lifestealer blinks into open wounds. Even if Beastmaster blinks into Raw, it's not just the Bat with 4-staff, it's everyone else who can 4-staff the Batrider, and whichever hero gets pulled well deep into the Newbee side, so it's a guaranteed pickoff, and well, Newbee is going to be very happy with the set of events there, and it's starting to look like that 1 Rex advantage isn't really much of an advantage anymore. Moo picks up a Skadi, a great item to be able to kite around the lifesteal and give Moo a ton of survivability in these fights.
I'll see how effective it can be. There's Newbee again, like they start to gather up around the Ancient. Seems to be this is the place to fight. But all other times, you don't want to fight top lane if you're OG. Bear's up there right now, just forcing that one out. There's also a fresh Basher over on this Bear. So Howard's just looking for that little bit of extra RNG control if he can get it.
And was the 10-second BKB on the Spirit Bear. And his long duration BKB, what's kind of like for Newbee, it's like the 5-second BKB on Moo, which is just going to have to be used to kind of block an Invoker combo or something, and then the Spirit Bear, which is very reliant to fight with his BKB more so than the Razor in a lot of ways, because he's got to just maintain his right clicks. Razor, if he's disabled, can still dish out damage using the Eye of the Storm.
Newbee's coming in. Tier 2 tower, OG. The question now gets to be asked of them, do they want to defend or... Well, okay, Miracle's already pinging out the fact that he wants that Tier 2 tower in mid. So we're going into trade-off.
Yeah, don't defend the Tier 2. Wait to see how the equilibrium's going to work. Like, are we going to push faster than them? Then we can actually force them back. But this gets used by the Dire side. It looks like Newbee will be the ones forced to retreat.
Yeah. Well, Newbee is still a ranks down. They can't... And even if OG do lose their bottom ranks, if they're able to take a ranks in return, it's Newbee who's in the worst position after that.
And it's OG who have a much better hero composition to take a lane of racks while defending. Invoker pushes incredibly fast, but also if he TP's back, he's got great stall. He can throw Deafening Blast, Tornado. For Newbee, it's more important for them to stay grouped as 5 than OG. OG can resort to some split push. That's what Miracle's been doing for most of this game in a lot of ways. Beastmaster's similar story has boosted travel and Blink Dagger, so he can threaten to split push these lanes. No one on Newbee wants to really be alone split pushing, apart from a Spirit Bear, but you can't even attack unless you get like an Aghanim Scepter on How or something, because you don't want his hero out alone on the map.
Yeah. Doreen Core is now done, so we practically have ourselves a 6-slotted Miracle, only with Boots upgrade and maybe a Moonshot to buff him up.
The 7-slotted Refresher Orb, I guess, is a ultra late game option too.
Yep.
If you're defending high ground, you forget your blink and just pick up a Refresher, for example, assuming you have the money. But here come Newbee.
Yeah, they're looking for a target. Fly already senses it. 4 staffs now. Glimmer Caves tries to get away. Damn KP. He just goes straight up on the hillside. If he can find someone, he'll do it. But Newbee won't find anything. They have to be careful, however. Chuan does have a Centaur sitting inside Roshan. It's a very quick Roshan spawn time.
And they've seen it. They can push out one more lane in this mid lane and go and secure themselves an Aegis and Cheese. And that's just going to buy them more time to stall this game out, work on the itemization on key heroes like Enchantress.
And a Liquid Spear Crystal Maiden.
Damn. Fly is... Well, he's true to his name.
He still has more net worth than Chuan, K, and KP. Sitting at 10k net worth on this Crystal Maiden.
Miracle.
He's very close. Tornado's going to fly up right now. Where's that BKB? Move. Well, he's not going to trigger it. They're going to finish the job. So Tornado's already down. Chuan being initiated on by Notel. He doesn't get himself up the hillside to use secondary force. So Notel, they'll abandon Roshan. They're coming out to fight Newbee. Miracle is fast moved. They need to bring down this Invoker with a kick forward. Do they have enough damage? He'll force off away. Now it's Notel getting bashed in the front line. He'll turn on the magnetized. Notel's gonna stop getting hit. As now Grim will also go down. Chuan can turn his attention over towards his 5 steal, but it's a double kill. The buyback comes from Moon. Chuan's forced off, allowing him to escape. No! Miracle and Notel. Quick on the blinks. They were able to fight it. Double 5x coming out here from Newbee. Fresh resummons. They're defending from the creep wave, pushing in through top. And now it's OG who will take Roshan.
Great 4-star usage coming out there. I believe it was either Fly or Spring with the 4-star save on Miracle. Notel also on the front line, keeping himself just barely alive. And Oka throwing himself the button. He's just trying to force out BKCs. That's really, like, when he goes in initially with a Tornado EMP on Razor, he's not looking to commit all of his spells in full combo there. He's just trying to kite Newbee around and and once you commit those BKBs, OG disengage and then re-engage later on.
Notel just goes for it. Lincoln speared up by Fly.
And there's the BKB down, so suddenly defending his rack gets almost impossible.
Yep.
OG's gonna get a second lane here, and it's not gonna be until Enchantress respawns that Newbee
they can go for a third. Like, there's still only one bear on the field, and they're still trying to regenerate that bear up. And with the Aegis Immortal, there's no reason to back out unless you just want to give a little bit more respect to Newbee, but your Blink Necrobooks are off cooldown. got practically every single ultimate apart from Freezing Field. No-Tail feels immortal when Fly keeps giving him this spell shield, and, well, there's a big target. They're trying to use How as bait. KP was ready to get the counter initiation off, but OG is not giving him the opportunity.
Yeah, I just love the decision of No-Tail to forego having boots to pick up the Aegis. So he's got 2 lives. He's the one who's often dying first in these fights. He can just leak it in a gauge.
He's the sponge. He's ready for Miracle. They're up in the air, isolated out by the shards. If they can kill this off, they remove a huge power play right now from Newbee. And that bear, well, it's just going to barely survive. Now they jump in, KP, who's the end? No, he gets the Forge Spirit! He didn't get himself a hero! Oh, that is horrible now for him. They're trying to throw everything out, but Moo was off her threads on the front line. How comes in through the rear? They'll trigger the BKB, looking for the damage, but now Firefly's the only go. Hal will turn around, trying to bail out, but he's got friends. Miracle as well as Critter here. You can say goodbye to the bear, and you can say goodbye to the game. GG, Newbee have lost too much. OG in 52 minutes will take game the 1 of this best-of-3 lower bracket final.
This is such a classic OG draft in so many ways. You've got these 4 heroes just looking to create space before Miracle can come online. He had a rough early game start on the Invoker, had about 10 CS to the 30 CS of Razor, but that's what OG are kind of used to, just Miracle being shut down early, and then you've got everyone just creating space. Beastmaster, Moon running around, finding kills for the team. No-Tail had an amazing performance on the Lifestealer. He was just finding kills and aggression all over the map, and then late game, well, Miracle, he shows up.